a podcast syndicate production. Each of us runs a different pace in life.
As a millennial or someone coming of age into adulthood, it's just a lot of things to process, and a lot of things that you want can't happen now because a lot of things are
In love, friendships, and our own self-worth. As we embark on these journeys, we hold the hope to learn a little more each day.
why can't I have whatever they have? And oftentimes I find myself comparing my progress, comparing what I have with other people, even like in the slyest way. It seems like it's
As we survive and strive to be stronger.
You are really sure and aware of your being as a person and your truth, your core, your everything. Anything that you put out in the table won't be used against you.
So I'd like to welcome you all to love, growth, and freedom.
the different kinds of love that we could see in this world, and on the idea of how love is crazy and how love has different meanings for all of us.
A podcast that believes in love, inspires growth, and advocates freedom. Let me be your friend, your guide, as we all ride the crazy adventure called life. Powered by Guerrilla Podcast Syndicate.
Hey guys, welcome back to Love, Growth, and Freedom with Adrian Duarte. And today's topic, we're gonna talk about how we could show appreciation to your family. And I have with me my...
Sister! Hindi
Yes.
kami magkamukha, though.
Well, they wouldn't see that. They wouldn't know because this is mostly on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. So, okay, the reason being that I want to talk about the idea of family and appreciation to family because of the season as a whole, being grateful to whatever that got you where you are today. And most of the time, it's the family that we come from first because the family is the basic unit of society. Family is your first social ecological system, the one that rears you and prepares you for the world out there. And most conversations and how you come to terms with yourself most often happen at the dinner table, according to Michelle Obama. If you've listened to her, you've also realized that most of the things that she figured out about her as growing up and how she was raised and how she was made to fight it through the world was through the dinner table. And mostly of that, you'll realize that there are lessons that, happen within the whole family dynamic. And I have my sister with me because I do have a few questions with her, which we don't normally do this. So this conversation is quite a rare occasion for the both of us because we don't really
Talk about it.
yeah, we don't really talk about things in the family. It's more like brushing off everything under the rug and that's it. So we all know family is important. Each of our family beliefs and us are all different from each other. So as we go through this discussion, we are just going to talk about the lessons that we are grateful for as we are a family and describing our actual family dynamics. And I would already put out a disclaimer. She'd probably drop me and, put me out under the bus because I am a very, very annoying brother.
That's so true, though.
So I'm a very annoying brother, and it's so out of character and out of brand for me to be like in a podcast like this and being really, really serious. So with all that, we'll begin with questions within ourselves, and she can ask questions. You can ask questions with
Okay,
anything,
okay.
but I do have the questions, and we'll probably answer them all together. And there are lessons that I learned from my family, not necessarily what they told me to be, but most of it were like the idea that you see that and you feel that it's wrong and you don't want to do it ever again to whoever and whatever. So it really is a wonderful thing to actually get to talk about this with my sister. I'm really nervous. I asked my dad first to do this, but my dad's not he doesn't really like to talk. So I'll bring my sister in because she is also a social media person. All right. So as we move on, the goal of the episode is to grow a deeper understanding of your familial roots, and how it affects you as a person. Be grateful for the lessons you've learned within the family. Be aware of the things that make each other or make each member different. and to also know the things that you are thankful for about your family and the things that you find happiness in, even if it's not a perfect one. So let's begin with our first question. Sam, why don't you and I try to describe our family? Can you do it
Okay.
first? Go.
Our family is very what do you call it? We're not really open to each other. We don't really like tell secrets to each other, tell something like off. We're just really quiet. But we enjoy we enjoy the little things.
I don't think I belong to this family.
Well, we're quiet. We're quiet. Ian's the only one who's like the noisy one. The noisy one in the family.
They're mostly quiet.
Yeah. You want our me times, you know. But he's there to annoy us. Which is annoying.
Oh my goodness. Well, it's just true though. I am the noisiest in the family,
Yeah.
and I don't think I have a secret that's
He
like,
tells us everything.
like,
As in everything, every single thing. Like the package that was gonna be delivered to him, like that kind of thing. So we get annoying.
like I even my conversations with my friends, I don't
Yeah.
think anything is kept secret from them because of my loud voice in the whole family. I have the loudest voice, and if you
Yeah.
I really do. So I agree. The dynamics of the family is we don't talk about things.
Yeah, we don't really talk about
And it's
it.
their fault. They don't want to talk about things. I want to talk about things. I really like to talk about things, like how I feel. I make cuento. I really tell them anything. Like, oh my goodness, this happened to me. This blah blah blah. And they're like, stop.
You don't have any reactions.
And I don't like. I'm like, when I'm gone, y'all are gonna miss me because I'm like, this is it. But anyway, so yeah, they never talk about it. The whole family dynamics is, the typical one is where you have a very padre de familia or a head of the family, a patriarch, and then you have your mom. We're actually a typical modern family, as you can say. The reason why it's modern is because I add a little touch to it. I'm gay. It makes it modern. And they're fine with it. But it is, when you look at it, it's a very traditional family. We grew up
Yeah.
in a traditional household. You know, can you remember like the times that we had to go to the church?
Yeah, we're a very traditional family. Like, that's why we don't really open up that much. Because they're very traditional. Like, it hinders us from opening up to them.
Oh well, mostly
Kind of,
yeah.
mostly.
Yeah. Well, we don't even talk about our feelings with our family. Like with our parents.
all.
At all. Like if you want to deal with your own thing, you have to deal with it. You have to go through it on your own.
Or
And-
with your friends. Like,
yeah, and then you're just like, fine. You know, you have to be fine. Weird. But most of it, yeah, that's the dynamic. It's really most like sweep it off under the rug, and they don't even share. Like, you know how they always put us, it's an adult conversation, don't join the conversation.
Yeah, before, when I was younger.
Yeah, and like we would always be told to like keep our mouths to ourselves and not have an opinion on certain issues,
yeah.
especially when it's an adult talk. And now growing up though, I've realized that it's more like you have to compartmentalize a lot of the things that's going on. Like you get to learn how to, this is my family, this is my friend life, and this is like, it's a really like
There's a line.
there's a border
Yeah.
between all those. And well, I tried multiple times, but I am an annoying person. I mean, I annoy them to the point where they hate me. They hate me so much that
It's every day. It's an everyday thing. Like, every day. And he'll get mad at us for getting annoyed.
Yeah,
I
but-
get it. He's annoying.
just like one time this morning, I was just like, hey, do you want some pancake? What do you want? What are you doing?
And I was like stressing out with my academics, and he's just like that. You get it. You'll get annoyed, right?
I smothered. But I mean, see, at least I am the modern one in the family,
Well,
most of
that's
it.
so true. No.
And then, now, so let's get down. What are the most stressful thing about our family? Like, what is stressful?
Stressful.
There are a lot.
I think.
Don't be shy.
Yeah, there's a lot. I
Go.
think
What's yours? What's your description of stressful in our family?
I hate it that we don't get to open up to each other. We're not that close.
But see, now it's your fault. I'm
Well,
asking you
it-
shit.
Yeah, it is. But like I want to be close, like my other friends' parents. Like I could tell them anything without being like scolded at or something.
Oh, I get it. Like, yeah, yeah. Because when we talk about it, our family, our parents typically are very traditional, and they don't want to show emotions.
Yeah,
I
that's so
remember
true.
one time crying after my breakup. I would always tell this story because this is very, very funny. My mom would went inside my sister's room because I was crying by her window. And then she was like, "Don't ever cry over a guy." And then she closed the door and walked away.
Yeah, that's
They never talk about how they feel. They never do. I mean, I think that's one of the yeah, it is a very stressful part of it because we don't really get to deal with what's going on, how they feel about it. But they keep it to themselves. So, which in turn makes us do that too.
Yeah.
And it makes you feel a little like I want to get out of this house because I just want to deal with. I mean, it's not a bad thing. I mean, it is a stressful thing, but it's not much
Of
as
a bad.
yeah for us because if you look at it, we do have a lot of things to be grateful for with our family. It's a dysfunctional family. I think every family is a dysfunctional family. Like we have our get-togethers, which is something we're really really grateful for. It's tradition. One new tradition that
Like
my
every
mom
week, yeah.
yeah. Like every weekend, we either watch a movie together or we
Movie
eat
night.
together. And my dad would always want us to have like at least a meal a week together.
Not only a meal though, like a chores that we're gonna do together.
Yeah, so he wants us to do something together as a family. And I think that's one of the things that you'd always remember
Yeah.
within the whole family as you grow up.
So true.
But so confusing. No, one of the funniest thing that my mom is trying to make a tradition now is the sibut. She has this soup that she told us that
We need to drink.
our grandma used to make her drink that because
It strengthens your immune
yes,
system.
yes, there you go. And now we're drinking it at least once a week. It's just funny. I mean, them I don't know. I don't know because maybe they don't try to look into that, but my point of view as we go through, I do find that stressful, but I also do look at it as my parents being persons and humans who just have their own thing of dealing with things, but they never they do the little things. They're not showy,
Yeah,
but they
that's so
do
true though.
but they do have their own
Way of showing it.
way of showing it, and you
It's
would
the
be
little things, really.
yeah, and you would be like, whoa. Okay, so moving on to that, what are like the little things that you remember? I have one recently. I remember I had a fight with her because she was very very like I told her, good luck with baking today, and she was so upset with me, and I threw like chips at her. And
Yeah,
I
I was.
so
Oh my
upset
god.
with her.
He threw a lot of things at me, like a lot.
I
Then I
was
cried to
really-
my mom.
I was really upset with her. Very upset with her. So, like, and my mom was like, "Why are you fighting her?" I'm like, blah, 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 blah. I was just really being nice to her. And she was like, blah, 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 don't talk to me. And I'm like, blah, 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 blah. And, well, curse words came at her. But I was just, like, so upset with her. So I was like, don't, like, whatever. I'm going to go up. I'm going to work. And that week, I did not talk to her for, like, 3 days. But, I really just go out. I thought I would like not talk to her for like a while. I was so determined not to talk to her. But then when that came, like okay, we were okay a little bit. After 3 days, we were like a little bit civil. And then my mom was really getting on like my nerves because I was just sitting down having my me time, and she already saw me just sitting down drinking and like you know listening to music, and she kept like nagging at me by like by the lazy boy, and I was like. Can you
give me time?
Like, can you give me a moment? I'll do it later or whatever. And she was like,
Mom got mad.
yeah, mom got upset. She was so upset that she was like, I'm not gonna talk to you.
She didn't talk to you for days.
I know. It was
Well, you didn't try to talk to her anyway.
So she gave me an idea. Sam gave me an idea to deal with it. But I was like, I was scared. Like, if Sam bitches out on me, I bitch out. If I bitch out on my mom, she bitches out, and like that's game over.
I think we got it from her.
Like that's over. When she bitches out, you
Game
know,
over.
Yeah, you know you're in
For real.
real ass trouble. But I remember that was grocery week when she was not talking to me, and then she bought me the normal stuff that I usually like to eat at home. Well, she even got me strawberries, even though I didn't ask for it. So those are the things that I am like, oh, thank you. But like she hates me. So that was a funny moment. And then I gave her when my sister told me she's not talking to you still. I was like, yeah, no, she still isn't. She was like, why don't you say sorry? And I was like, oh, how would I say it? She doesn't really want to talk to me. And I was like, okay. And then when everybody was not here, well, I guess it was pride. When everybody wasn't here and mom was just gardening out there, I went there and like I hugged her and I was like, I'm sorry.
And then she was okay already.
I know, but mom, we have to be honest. Mom can get on your nerves.
Sometimes.
She really does.
But
Like,
she's the closest to me.
well, she has always been, but she never was vocal about it.
Yeah.
But though you hate her more than I would hate, you always fight her rather than I do.
We always fight for it, like in the little things.
Cause you're dumb.
I'm not. I'm just really stubborn.
And they fight so much. So sorry. They fight so much, and I'm like.
That's why I'm used to like reconciling with her. That's why I gave him a tip. Because I always fight with my mom. But, I say sorry.
I rarely fight with my mom. But
I
when
say
I
sorry.
do fight with my mom, well, when my mom gets mad at me, that's for real, for real. But the funny thing is, Dad is the one that doesn't get mad so long. Like, that's one thing I got
Yeah.
from Dad.
You just kiss him and you say hug him. He's okay.
Yeah, but he is easily angered.
Yeah.
Easily.
That's the only problem with him.
Like, he gets... I got that from my father, I guess. Too.
That's so true!
I would admit.
Oh my god, that's
whatever.
so true.
But I am also easily flustered when things are happening. And, like, I am a person of structure and organization. I like things happening at a certain moment in time. And like, laying it out. Because I take the time to plan it. Not all people take the time to plan it. I take the time to plan it. And when things don't go my way, I really, really get upset because some of those factors that I deal with are not my fault. Okay, I deal with it and they're like, oh, blah, 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 blah. It's so upsetting.
Yeah, when he gets upset, everyone should get ready. For real though.
Just like my dad.
Yeah.
Just like my dad. When my dad's upset, you have to be prepared to be like, ugh.
Just like him.
Yeah.
He got it from our dad.
So yeah, those are the things that you notice growing up, because you would never see this growing up. Did you ever recognize this while you were like 13, 14?
No.
You were too busy with it. I hated teenagers. I hated them when they were teenagers.
I was busy with One Direction and stuff, not caring about anything in the world.
Yeah, except her own feelings. And I think
Yeah.
that's part of growing up. But yeah, okay, so what are the things that you've learned from our family? Like, what are the but long-lasting lessons that our family has taught you?
For me, it's being humble.
Yeah.
Yeah, being humble. Because, like, when we were younger, we didn't feel like we're, like, that, what do you call it, well off.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are well off, but we don't really feel like that because our, like, parents taught us that we should be humble always.
And like things that we work for are
Yeah.
our own thing. So yeah, that's one of the things I also like about our family. Like, that's why I'm grateful for it, because we're a little healthy. We're dysfunctional but a little healthy. Our parents do not rely on us
Yeah.
for financial needs. They don't expect me. That's I'm lucky about that.
Their expectations are not really that high for us.
I mean,
I mean, not that high that we have to
yeah, they're human
work.
about
Yeah,
it.
we have to work after college. We have to pay for this. We have to pay for that.
They give us every opportunity they can think of
Yeah.
that would help us further,
Grow.
which I really, really like. For example, Australia, the goal that I had in Australia, everything that I want to do now is supported by them and all that. But going to it, I would talk to my friends, and a lot of them, you'd realize that a lot of the family dynamics are gonna rely on, you're gonna help out in the house,
Yeah.
you're gonna do whatever. Now I feel very lucky about it because I don't really help out in the house. I just work and I buy my own stuff, and that's very not all the time the thing. You
Yeah.
know, that's the healthy part about it. They don't want us to take care of them after we're gone. Their mindset is to prepare us to have a very well-off, no, not a very well-off life, but at least a life that's stable enough to sustain our living.
Yeah.
It's not that, oh, get us to do this, get us to do that. Their only dream and hope is that if we are gonna go away and migrate somewhere, at least we migrate all together in one country
Yeah.
and not anywhere else. Yeah, that's a really good thing that I know I've learned. Being humble, because we were never like we were not spoiled in a sense.
Well, I am kind of, but I learned from them to be humble, really.
Yeah, we weren't very spoiled in a sense where like
If you don't get what you want.
we get tantrums over that.
Yeah.
But it's more of they taught us how to work hard for something so that we can get it. So it's the hustle mindset. My mom taught me that first growing up. I did sell stuff in high school to get money. Financial maturity and financial literacy was something my mom taught me, but not in the technical sense, but mostly of how street smart. My mom taught me to be street smart. That's what they're trying to teach us, that not everything is all about the glitz, the glamour, and the fashion, but mostly what you do inside and what it's really more of they grounded us to build us up to be a more stable and whatever individual. And though it's a balanced thing. When it's unhealthy, the fact that we don't really open up to each other, but the fact that they reared us towards that to become responsible individuals and whatever, it balances everything out. What else have you learned from the family?
That's really all.
That's yours? That's all? Well, one is from my dad. That you bring someone home, you wait for them to get inside the house. And I always do that. Like, if you bring someone home from anywhere, may it be a girl, a boy, whatever, and usually, here's one good thing about the family, too. They're very open to having your friends over.
Yeah, very open.
They like it.
Very open.
They rather have us here at home than drink outside on somebody else's house. But they rather. So, like, when they also meet your regular circle of friends, they also trust that regular circle of friends. So, in my case, if I tell my dad that I'm going to Austin's, Nicole's, or whatever, everything's just like, okay, go for it. Like, no worries, no whatever. They all know.
Because they trust us, like the three of us. They trust us with everything. I mean, not everything, but like with the going out thing.
They trust us to be responsible.
Yeah, they trust us to be responsible.
Yeah, and to be like, what do you call that? To be very accountable for our choices. So, looking at those, we do have a lot of things to be grateful for about our family. And that's one of the importance of this episode, because we don't really get to talk about this in a very deeper sense, that what are the things that we do want as a family, we like about the family, and whatever. And to be honest, the reason why I like watching Modern Families, because I think our family is kind of
Similar.
that dysfunctional.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're not bad dysfunctional, but similar. Like, they have fights, they have whatever and everything, and little things that really make it nuanced. Even with our extended family, with our aunts, with my grandparents, we're a chaos when we're together. Like, we're quite close with our extended family. We even visit them once a week, and we have lunch and dinner. It's pretty close than other families, I guess.
Than the usual.
Yeah, than the usuals of not seeing each other all of the time and most of the time. What are you most thankful for? Like, name one thing that you're most thankful for that either mom, dad, or anyone has done for you in the family.
I think my dad, he has tough love like him. I learned a lot from him. Maybe it in academics and reality. He taught me to be street smart, though I'm not that street smart yet. But
Yes.
I'm learning from them. It's a learning process. It's a learning process that I'm really grateful for, because they don't really rush me. They understand where I'm coming from. Sometimes they're just very supportive, and I'm really thankful for that. Yeah, they're just really supportive.
Okay. So among us siblings, why do you hate me most? Why? Why are you always annoyed? I don't understand
Okay,
you
fine.
both. Okay, you answer me. Why are you always freaking annoyed? Because I asked them that. Why is everybody in this house so upset all the time? Like, can't you have a little fun? I'm having a little fun. I dance in the morning. I am a happy person, generally. And they're like, they're upset. They're on their phones.
Well, okay.
They're on their whatever, and they're like, oh no. Oh, and that's it. Ugh, upsetting.
No, well, Ian's annoying, but well, he's annoying really. I don't know how to word it, but he's really annoying. Well, you know when you want to have that me time. Well, I want my me time all the time.
She never gets out of her bubble. Like, I do my me
Well,
time.
because maybe we're opposite. He's an extrovert, and I'm like an introvert. I don't really make friends. I'm not like a social butterfly like him. So I'm really quiet, you know. I want my me time. I want to spend my time doing this, doing that, and he's just gonna go in my room like to annoy me. Sam, what are you doing? I have a package today. Like he does that every single day, and I'm like, I'm tired of this. Like when I get mad, he's just like, why are you so annoyed? Like that. I'm like,
And I do
okay.
that same thing to my brother. It's just so hard living in a family where everybody's mostly an introvert.
Yeah.
My dad's an ambivert. He's just such a social butterfly outside of the
outside.
family. But like on inside the family, he's just such a dad. He's such a dad.
A dad.
I
Really
know,
a
it's
dad.
so upsetting. Now, like, I'm the only one who bounces off energy or whatever.
Well, I try to match his energy sometimes, but it's just too much. Too much for me.
And her timing is off. Very off when she tries to do it. And it gets me upset. Like,
Yeah.
bitch, I'm not in that zone.
No, because Ian has like a thing. Like when he does this to you, it's okay. But when you do it to him, he'll get annoyed. That's the problem with him sometimes.
But the
okay.
thing here is the timing is always
Off.
off. Very always off. As in very always off. But there are times that they're not off. Like the lizard. Like
You're always scared.
I wasn't even stressed at that time, but I was really like screaming. She would bring a lizard. Like they brought a lizard. They
We
put
caught a lizard and
Yeah.
put it on the Tupperware.
Yeah, a clear, transparent Tupperware where I see the lizard. I hate lizard. I hate it so much.
He runs when he sees the lizard.
And she was one of the times that I was like watching. She was like, "Ian, are you busy?" And I was like, "No." And then she went close, and then she showed me. Then my reaction,
He ran.
like, they couldn't even take a video because it was too fast.
He ran and got an alcohol and then he sprayed it on us.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. It was just crazy. But yeah, so those are more of the things that we typically don't talk about as a family. Not this is the first time we did this. It's crazy because it feels like it feels
It's
like
weird.
a report.
Yeah.
It feels like a
I'm like
report.
reporting right now.
I know. So my other question for you is, what have you learned about yourself? Understanding the dynamics of the family. Like the question here is, what have you understood about yourself knowing that you came from a family like this? Like what have you learned about yourself? Like there's a lot of things in my list.
One thing about that I learned is that I am really a quiet person for me.
For real? You know what? This is the first time I'm knowing of this, that she is an introvert.
I don't really like opening up.
She has a very loud voice too, just like mine, but hers
At home.
is annoying,
At
like
home.
higher pitched and more just I don't even understand. Like
There's a thing that I learned that I can get really like I'm really understanding. For me, I'm really understanding.
yes, you are. I remember fighting Gab.
And sensitive. I'm really sensitive.
She cries so easily.
Yeah. I'm sensitive, I'm quiet, I'm just really
when you
that person.
tease her about, I remember teasing you about when mom and I would always be like, you were making something and you were complaining about something and I was talking about it. I was kidding you about it. You were like, stop it, ano ba? You're always doing
Because
that.
I have my period that time. That's why I like cry a lot. Well, even though I'm not on my period, I cry a lot.
Cried about not being able to go to a friend's party, and I was teasing her and then she was so upset with me because I get everything. I get my way when I
Well,
go
because he's
out.
the oldest.
And I'm the most responsible
Yeah,
of
that's
everybody.
true.
Like to be completely fair, I do a lot of shit.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
And I sneak every little thing into those little shit that I do. So it's completely fair. But yeah.
Well, for
my
me, because
goodness.
with the family that I came from, I think I became more understanding of people.
She is though. You gotta give it to her. You gotta give that to her.
Well, I'm not the kindest here, but I'm
She
kind.
is the bitchiest, but she like only for that moment.
Yeah, see?
When she's mad at, I remember being mad at, upset and mad and angry at Gab. And then she was like, I was telling her, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna fight him on this, fire on fire, we're gonna
See,
annoy him.
he's that bad.
And then we're like, we're gonna team up and we're gonna gang up on him. And she was like, no, it's okay. Let him be. And I'm like, what? And then you're gonna come
He
to
got
me.
mad at me.
I was like, what? And then you're gonna come to me crying and be like, Gabby's so annoying. Gabby's so like this. Gabby's so like that. And I'm like, it's all your fault. You'd be like, I don't want him. I don't whatever. And you're like, whatever. And I'm like, that's dumb. I really, oh, dude, I get it.
And I think I learned to become sweet, kind of, in the little things, like preparing mom something in the morning, or like
Yeah.
baking, thinking of you guys sometimes.
Whoa,
Sometimes.
that's the first time I heard of that. But thanks.
Sometimes.
But thanks. Oh, well, on my end, I buy them French fries.
Yeah, like
Even if I tell them it's something that I don't want them
because
to go
we're on a diet, and he'll buy us fries every night. You want fries? You want fries? I'm on a diet. You want fries? And when he buys it, oh no, I'm gonna eat.
Yeah, we
He ruins my diet. That's how mean he is.
we just eat. And I would never forget the barbecue sauce,
Yeah.
everything on
It's a complete set.
I can't, it's been a while since we'd had
Oh
fries.
no, I'm on a diet.
No, we're not on a diet. It's a Thursday. So I'm gonna celebrate today. I'm gonna buy us nuggets and fries.
Okay, you guys heard it. You guys heard it.
So anyway, with all that, it was it. What else? That's it. That's what one thing that you've learned about
Because
yourself.
I'm still in
Well,
that process.
You're still growing.
Yeah, I'm
either
still.
way.
I'm in the
Yeah,
adulting state, kind of.
Ooh.
Like not that adulting, but I'm like transitioning to that
Oh
stage.
yeah, and I can't even imagine you guys are growing old, and I'm like,
He's
I'm old.
old.
Like, I feel like I'm still young. I feel like I'm still 20.
Yeah, I feel like I'm still 15, 16, kind of.
They seem to be that same
Yeah.
age. Even my brother. My brother just is dumb. I mean, he's not dumb.
We're
dumb.
not that close with our little brother.
He's just if
He's a
she's an
total
introvert, that person is such an introvert. But I tease him a lot. And it's so weird. There would be times that we would be like, okay, on the same wavelength, we're fine with each other. And now he's just completely annoyed. Like, he's having his period too.
We all have our periods here in the house.
Yeah, I have it too sometimes. I have it, like, a lot. I mean, when I want to be alone too, I just want to be alone. Like, but I do sleep a lot, so that's how I deal with mine. I don't
He
understand.
sleeps easily and long.
Like, I sleep a lot.
Yeah.
What else? Well, what
Have you learned?
I've learned that, well, first off, I'm like dad.
Oh my god, I can't emphasize it enough.
I know, that's annoying. So I'm like
He
trying
got the
to
Duarte
learn.
side.
Yeah, I'm easily angered on a lot of things, easily upset. And that doesn't just reflect inside my own house. It reflects also outside, like with people who I'm more close with. They notice that how emotionally abrupt I can be.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm learning. Even in car and driving, I'm like my dad. Like, I really get upset Like I honk the horn, I do the dirty finger to anyone, and it's just upsetting because you're like, oh, okay, things are, well, whatever. I feel like I should be ideal and whatever. But one more, like, a lot of things that I've learned was, well, I'm smart. Just kidding. I've learned that there is that everybody in the family mostly is now an introvert. So I've learned that I'm the only one who's actually really, really out there.
Yeah,
Like,
literally
out there.
out there.
Like, out there. So one thing more that I've been discussing with myself, I don't know if I got this from anyone, but I learned from my mom mostly is how to be resilient in so many things. So my mom does a lot of things, and she's a super mom, I would love to say. And she's on a very note, I think we are both, I would like to say I got it from mom, is that we're both hardworking on a lot of stuff. It's just not in the same segment of the thing because my mom does everything at home. She does everything by whatever.
Herself.
Yeah.
Like she tries to put the workout during a busy day kind
Which
of thing.
I got that from her too. I also do work out mostly on a daily basis. Now I think it rubbed off.
She
on
pushed
them.
us to do that though.
Yeah. She even paid her to work out. Where do you even get that?
She paid you 100 pesos
Every time.
every time I run, in the treadmill.
Yeah, that's
See?
so weird. But like that's what I learned about myself, that I do a lot of hard work, and I also got it that I don't feel very okay when I'm just a lazy person most of the time. So that's crazy. What else? I don't. There's a lot I would say, but I can't put them into words right now. So, but maybe next time. Alright, what about you? Do you have any questions, you little twat?
I have a question for you. What do you really think about us, your little siblings?
You guys are annoying.
Well, I know that, a different
annoying.
one.
I
On a
think.
deeper level.
Okay, so I think you're both stupid at a certain point. And stubborn. I really hate how stubborn they are. And one thought, this girl, I don't even know if she's pretending to be dumb or she's playing dumb and everything. I have to explain things. So that's one. The deeper part of it is, well, I actually don't know anything, but you guys are at a surface level, very just closed off because you don't really want to do anything about it. But it's also my fault because I tease you about it. But I usually use it against you and tease you about it. I'm an annoying person. But the thing here is, I think I have to learn that what's different between all of us is I don't really keep secrets most of the time unless it's really dark secrets. But I don't keep secrets most of the time. There is.
That's so true though. Even when I was younger, you tell us secrets already.
So there is nothing, that's the difference between us. So when I look at you both, first let's go to the youngest. Gabby is very annoyingly dark, and such a straight dude. So straight that it's annoying me sometimes because there's so much testosterone ongoing. But it's good job for him that he shifted from this big boy, big fat chubby boy to someone who's wanting to work out, wanting to keep healthy because it wasn't really healthy. So his determination to do that is kind of whoa. He really lost a lot of it, including you. So both of them, I used to tease them growing up because, well, I'm not fat phobic, but it's really just in the family, we all did sports together. We all did whatever together.
We did swimming.
And what I noticed about both of them growing up in that, they really never took anything so seriously. So what I think about them now is almost the same thing. I don't think they take anything so seriously. And it's upsetting me most of the time. Because I take my things seriously all the time. So when I ask them, do you have classes? Do you have this? They don't usually have, and they don't usually do anything, and they tell me that, oh my goodness, online schooling is hard, online schooling is like this. But when you look at them, this girl, even dancing, she always dances every day. She always,
it's my workout.
Whatever, does this every day. She has time for all of those. And I'm I don't think they're taking anything so seriously. So that's one of the things. Also, my brother, he always sleeps through class. He whatever does that, but he does it. He's doing good. I'm surprised. But they're both that. And what else? What else am I? the deeper parts of you that I thought that we were clicking. Like, a lot of people would say we're closer than my brother because we do. They say we resemble a lot of Bretman and Princess. Princess is her name?
Princess May.
Princess May. So they say a lot of us resemble that kind of vibe, but we don't really like talk. She doesn't talk. I talk. She doesn't talk. Like, I share my victories and they don't like sharing their victories. They don't like sharing anything. I don't even know what's going on in their school. I share what I do. I even tell them my hosting gigs. I even tell them everything. On dinner table, I'm the one who keeps the talk going, and they're like, and cell phone, and they just don't
It's
wanna
just not my thing. Telling
So-
everyone about it though.
see. So how would you even, and you would be saying that it's upsetting that everybody, or you don't feel like you can't express yourself because you don't really try.
But I was like that once though. But when I had a competition and you guys didn't come. So like
I was busy then. You gotta.
yeah, but I was young. I'm sensitive, so I was like thinking that should I really tell them about this? Will they care? Kind of thing.
But that's like okay.
But I was younger that time, so now I understand because we all are busy.
Yeah,
with our
but
lives.
but now you gotta learn that whatever it is, whether people will not hear it, or learn from me, people will not hear it or whatever. It is really important for you to just like share it out. Just do it. Who cares? Even if they don't come, you still said it. At least you gave your part to do that, and up to you. You said you were understanding now, and then at least understand that everybody was busy then, because I was too. I wasn't. You weren't as busy as I was. Like,
Yeah, 'cause you're-
then.
older. I mean, you have more responsibilities on your plate.
Yeah, but in total, I usually have a lot of other things that's going on around my life. I never really had a weekend like everybody. They would always say, it's summer, I'm not doing anything on the weekend, I'm not even doing anything, I'm always at home. Unlike me, I have a lot of other things, and I tried to bring her in to like the social media world and whatever, and then she stopped. And then she that's it.
Because I don't want anymore. Because I think I'm like, my life is being, kind of tailored to fit in kind of thing. That's why I stopped also.
Well, that's
Because I was in a new environment also. That's why I
Yeah.
think like, is this right? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? Kind of thing. Since I was in an environment that, like, my new school that time. First, I was afraid to be judged with what I'm doing.
Well, see, that's the difference between both of us. I'm really like, F off. Just do your own thing. Like, a girl, like, up until now, I couldn't even understand. Like, I was having a thought earlier in the morning. I was like, what would I be if I stopped podcasting? Or what would I be if I stopped social media? Like, I'm gonna be a preschool teacher and that's it. Like, I mean, it's not bad to be just a preschool teacher, but I mean, like, that's it. Nothing else. Like, no hobbies, no anything. Not roller skating, not anything. What will I do next? Like, I think my life would feel a little more hollow than what it is. So yeah, I don't think I could ever quit podcasting because it's fun. It's fun. See, learning this. Yeah. So anything deeper? What about you? Since you have your deeper perception of who I am, because I'm very open now. You have a lot of things to say.
Well, I've learned that you're very smart and very responsible, that I can't really stop. I can't
Thanks.
really like put up with it because it's a standard kind of thing. Like, I'm kind of pressured to be more responsible as the second oldest one in the family. When he leaves, I'm scared to get to be the oldest one here. The pressure. Because, expectations.
And well, now you know, because growing up, that was everybody kept telling me that you're the panganay, you're the eldest, you have to
Yeah.
set the standard so high, you have to be like, everybody has to give you, to
Look
make
up
you as
to
an
you.
example and everything. So, my point, that was just really deeply ingrained. It wasn't anything that really conscious mind, it was in the subconscious. And I think a part of that was also I was overcompensating for my sexuality up until the day that I was outed or been okay with it. But the fact that I had to do so much more, not just because I'm the eldest, I'm the firstborn of everybody, and I was gay, a second degree, second class citizen. out of the Philippines. And growing up, you always had to feel like you had to prove something more. Like, yes, I may be gay. Like, my mindset then, I may be gay, but I'm rich AF. I'm rich. I can pay you. I'll hire you. I'll be your CEO. Like, that was the mindset growing up. And it's like, you had to learn as you move forward. In everything that you do, you had to, like, be focused on what the lessons and what it brings you.
That's true though. Like, also one thing that I learned from you, or like knew about you, you were strong, especially when you were outed. I was like so scared for you. He was like, it was like chaos. Chaos, like really.
I was a badass bitch then.
I think I admired like he went to a different place and like stay there kind of thing. He was strong about it.
Yeah, even
with the breakups, I admire that.
My dad, when my dad told me that things were gonna change at home, I even told him that I'm not gonna go home if things are gonna change.
See? I can't do that.
Like, no way. Oh yeah, that's one thing I remember. Very confrontational. I am very confrontational. Like, she
Straight up, like
she
tell you what's
gets
the problem.
burned by all those confrontational shiz.
Okay, sometimes he's wrong. Okay, sometimes.
Yeah, but most of the time when I put my foot down, she gets burned.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I agree.
Like, when I put my foot down and I say, wait a minute, back up there. That's uncharted territory you're talking about. You don't know a thing that I've been doing for that. And she's like, okay. I remember the car conversation.
Well, because I just shut up, especially when he gets mad, because his mouth is just like, gone.
Okay,
like,
let's
gone,
be fair. The one in the car was uncalled for.
Well, okay, that's true.
That was very wrong of you to say. Like, you had no business in telling me that I wasn't working for my future when clearly everything that I've been doing was
Okay, I
is for my
admit that I
future.
was wrong.
Oh, why did you say that though?
Because I was annoyed.
But how is it something? Okay, that's what's annoying about you. You are annoyed. But
I don't think about what I say when I'm mad.
Yeah, but it's always like out of the picture. You're not fast enough to think, to argue within the viable, permeable.
But it's not always like that. Not always.
But that's what you have to learn. If you're gonna fight back in that like same battleground. Don't take it like what do you call that? There's thing that you call when DDS people are trying
Take it
to
too personal.
Yeah, when they make it personal about you, about your appearance, because they lost that argument. That's how it feels like.
Yeah, okay.
That's like what you did. But it wasn't something that was in the conversation. You could have said, why you keep buying this, you keep buying that. You even got your mic. If you use the mic thing, I would be like, yeah. But okay, so then the back story there, it was just nothing. It was just it was a little tiff in the car. But I am very confrontational when it comes to I was like, even in front of my parents. So coming into that
His mouth is non-stop. Even when he's mad. Like, non-stop.
So
You just keep quiet when he's mad.
Coming to the point that she thinks I'm strong, because I am able to stand up, like,
For what you believe in.
even with my parents, like,
Yeah.
even with my dad. I remember my dad having traditional views about her not being able to, well, she enjoyed that, but not, like, getting the dogs to pee outside because she's a girl. And I was like, what? Why? Gender roles are different now. Like, why are you, like, nothing. So there was that. And now she was benefiting from that then, but now it's not benefiting her because sometimes when my dad tells us that she just has to stay at home, she has to learn how to cook because she's a girl.
Yeah, that's a problem.
See, it's annoying, right?
Because I'm the oldest girl in the family. Like, especially... What's that? I'm the oldest girl in the family, so it's kind of hard also.
Oh, see, so that's one. She used to enjoy that. She used to enjoy that privilege of, I can't do that.
Because I was younger that time.
But now she isn't because she's upset with the gender roles and gender stereotypes that are being brought upon her. Now I fight, like, I really do. I remember mom is very particular with their weight. Like, they are. My mom's very particular with their weight. And I remember she's getting mad when my mom keeps telling her what to eat. So I would tell so that was
so
one
true.
time I defended you that let her eat what she wants to eat. It's up to her.
I was a growing girl.
That's her fault if she wants to eat that and whatever. So she turned it around right now to be healthy and fit. I think it's a pressure in the family because
It was a pressure.
everybody is kind of healthy, like fit in the family.
My mom even told our helper that I don't have a hope to lose weight anymore. See?
But
But,
now-
you know, I lost weight.
Yeah, she lost a lot of weight. So, with all that, I mean, to close it all off, our families are dysfunctional. Our families are. I don't think there's a perfect family out there. If there is, God and goodness gracious to all of you, there's no secrets, there's anything. Happy for you guys. But I think most of the families that is present in the world, there are a lot of things that's like, not as perfect as it seems to be perfect. And the reason why we want to really just, it was a fun conversation getting all through all those stuff was because, I was inspired by Michelle Obama's Becoming because that is true. Like, everything starts at the dinner table. And talking about all those things that we've learned at the dinner table, because we've had a lot of dinner table conversations, we've had a lot of dinners together. Believe it or not, remember the time that every night was dinner with a family night? That only just stopped when I went to college.
Yeah, because he was in a condo.
Yeah. But that was a constant thing. Everybody was doing that. Like, we always do that. Everybody has to be on the table. We do that now once a week because we're all busy with work. We rarely see each other inside the house, even when it's work from home. But, yeah, that's crazy. So, with all this, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode because this has been great. This has been a great episode. I really feel great about this. So, I am happy to have you in the podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe you can be in one of our episodes again, or maybe you can suggest a topic that we could talk about. But with mostly, wow, you said you were nervous not speaking in English.
Hey, don't expose me.
But yeah, so here we go. I would want to say thank you, lovies, and don't forget to click subscribe, follow, and listen to the new episodes at Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and so many more. And with all that, the next topic is about talking and thanking your friends, being grateful for the friends that you have growing up and as you go through life as it is. So if you want to listen more, please do click subscribe and follow, and see us again soon. Goodbye, lovies, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Thank you.
You enjoyed this episode? Be sure to subscribe so you're notified when a new episode is posted in Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, or via RSS. While you're at it, if you found value in this show, rate and review this podcast and share it with your friends. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And if you want to know more, check out www.guerrillapodcast.com.au or guerrillapodcast.com.ph. A Guerrilla Podcast Syndicate production.